Early on a beautiful warm July morning, the tannins in the northern water give it a dark black mirror-like effect. Beautiful, yet almost disorienting. I like being up at this time of the day, as I refer to it as the between times. 5:30 to 8 a.m. and 6 to 9 p.m. are between deer flies and mosquitoes. In the morning, the mosquitoes have gone back to the woods, and it's still too dark and cold for the deer flies. And in the evening, it's precisely the reverse. But as we are now into mid-August, the days are shorter, the nights longer. Soon those biters will begin to disappear. So too, the loons will begin their trek to the Pacific or Atlantic coast. I don't truly feel alone at the island until I no longer hear their calls at night. As I write this narrative, the last supermoon of 2022 is rising, and the loon's echoed calls fill the air for a truly mystical experience. I haven't had much time for video editing as of late. Between renovations at the cottage, starting a new job, and occasional trips home, it's been tough to find the time. I have been acquiring footage, however, so hopefully a bit later in the summer, I'll get caught up. In this episode, aside from some spectacular morning scenery, I'll be making the pot of my grandfather's famous island chili, and as that simmers a little later, I'm able to find and explore George the Chipmonk's cavern entrance. Thanks for watching these videos. If you haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave some comments. I'd be glad to answer your questions. Any activity like that on a video is how YouTube algorithms notice the video and suggest it to other users. Start off with some canned tomatoes. Doesn't matter what kind, I just get whatever Costco's pushing at that moment. And we'll get some onion and dice that up. Doesn't have to be too fine. It'll break down a little bit as it simmers in the pot. Got some ground chuck frying in the kitchen. We'll throw that in a little bit later. Take some yellow peppers, dice them up as well. We'll dice up some orange pepper. It's a beautiful spot to work here. I got a view of the lake out in front of the screen. Just add in a bit more of this stuff. And we'll get some mushrooms and dice them up. And some garlic. dice this up fairly fine. Watch your fingers in that sharp knife. I'm going to put a little bit over here. And the rest I'll scoop into the pot. The other stuff's going to be for my tomorrow morning omelets. Take the leftover peppers, put a little bit of those in for the omelets, and then the rest can just go into the chili. Now we got some beans we'll throw in. I think these are Walmart specials. Some Heinz beans just to sweeten it up a little bit. Some red kidney beans. I actually like to drain those in a strainer first because the sauce is a little bit weird on those. Got my salt in a jar here. That keeps it from getting hard in the damp and humid weather. A little bit of yellow mustard. I've never known any other color of mustard. Don't know why they have to label it as yellow. A little bit of barbecue sauce. Some chili powder. Pretty big pot, so we'll put a fair bit in. You can season to taste however it suits you. Get some Italian seasoning. And finally some chipotle powder. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh. Now we'll see if it's not too hot. And finally the ground chuck. Now we're just going to mix it up. Get all that stuff worked in. Had a little bit of space in the pot and it was getting a bit dry, so I thought I'd throw in some more tomatoes. Don't really need to put any sauce. As this starts to boil down, it'll become juicier. Put her on the stove and we'll set it to simmer. And we'll go outside and check on George. Mushy didn't get the better of him yet, so he still comes around for some peanuts. I give him a couple of peanuts here, and then I set the camera up by the cavern entrance for his nut storage facility. And off he goes. This nut storage facility is right beside the septic tank. So here he is, and down in the hole he goes. But he comes back up, and now he's nervous because he sees the camera there, and the camera's never been in front of his entrance before, so he's not really sure what to make of it. He peeks his head up, he goes back down, comes back up again. He's really cautious because anything outside your entrance is a cause for concern in the chipmunk world. But he takes a chance and slowly he comes out, looks around a little bit, gets up some nerve and goes back for load number 2. Down he goes. He comes back up, takes a peek around, gives his hands a quick wash, and off for load number 3. Down he goes again. He comes back up, washes his hands, and jumps on the camera. What a great day. The weather was beautiful today. It's been a long day. Did a lot of renovating in between, making chili and filming George. It's time for a bit of a break. Have a good meal. Enjoy some time at the lake. Fresh air, the water. Great food. And after dinner, nothing better than a nice little nap on the couch. Thanks for watching, folks. I'm really glad you could come along. Don't forget to click the like, subscribe, and leave me some comments. We'll see you on the next episode of Canadian Island Life.